Hey Sagittarius, I just sat down with the cards for you, and honestly, what came through gave me actual chills. Not in that over-the-top way, but in that quiet moment where you just know something significant is unfolding. So grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, because what I am seeing here is something you have been waiting for, maybe without even fully realizing it. I pulled the Four of Swords first, and you know what? This card never gets the credit it deserves. Everyone sees it and thinks rest, pause, recovery. And yes, that is part of it. But what I am really seeing here for you, Sagittarius, is that you have been in this period of strategic withdrawal. Not because you gave up, not because you lost faith, but because somewhere deep down, your soul knew you needed to regroup. You needed to step back from the noise, from the opinions, from the constant push, push, push energy that everyone seems to expect from you. Think about it like this. You are a fire sign, right? Everyone expects you to be blazing all the time, moving, doing, creating, manifesting. But even the strongest fire needs moments where it burns low to conserve energy for the next big burst. And that is exactly what you have been doing, whether you consciously chose it or not. You have been in this chrysalis phase, this in-between space where nothing seemed to be happening on the outside, but internally there has been this massive recalibration taking place. What I find really interesting about the Four of Swords showing up in this position is that it is telling me you have been protecting something precious during this time. You have been guarding your energy, your dreams, your vision for what you want your life to become. And maybe people around you did not understand that. Maybe they thought you were withdrawing. Maybe they thought you lost your spark. But you were actually doing something incredibly wise. You were refusing to scatter your energy on things that did not deserve it. I also want to talk about the mental aspect of this card, because swords are all about the mind, about thoughts, about the mental realm. And I am getting that you have been doing some serious mental and emotional processing. Like you have been reviewing your life, reviewing your choices, reviewing the patterns that have been playing out. And in that review process, you have been identifying what is actually yours to carry and what you have been carrying for other people. What beliefs are actually true for you and what beliefs you absorbed from your environment, from your family, from society. This is deep work, Sagittarius. This is not surface level stuff. This is the kind of work that changes the trajectory of your entire life, because once you start seeing clearly, once you start distinguishing between what is genuinely you and what is conditioning, everything shifts. And that clarity you have been developing during this rest period, that is going to be your superpower moving forward. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. The Devil card showed up next, and I know, people see this card and immediately think worst case scenario. But let me tell you what I am actually seeing here, and it is not what you might expect. The Devil in this reading is not about you being trapped or stuck or bound by something negative. It is actually showing me the process of you becoming aware of where you have been bound, where you have been limited, where you have been operating from a place of fear or scarcity or false beliefs. You see, the Devil card is fascinating because it shows these two figures chained to this pedestal. But if you look closely at most tarot decks, those chains are actually loose. They could slip them off anytime. They are staying there by choice, often without even realizing they have a choice. And that is what this card is illuminating for you right now. It is like suddenly you are seeing all these invisible chains that have been there all along, and you are realizing, wait a minute, I can just step out of these. What kind of chains am I talking about? Well, for some of you, it might be financial beliefs. Maybe you grew up hearing money does not grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or you have to struggle to be worthy of abundance. And those beliefs became these invisible limits on what you allowed yourself to receive, on what you believed was possible for you. Or maybe it is beliefs about relationships, about what you deserve, about whether someone like you gets to have that kind of love or partnership. For others, it might be about your own potential and capabilities. Maybe you have been playing small because at some point, someone told you that you were too much, too intense, too ambitious, too different. And you internalized that and created all these rules for yourself about how much success you are allowed to have, how much you are allowed to shine, how much space you are allowed to take up in the world. But here is the miracle part that connects to your reading title. The Devil showing up here is not a warning, it is an awakening. It is like the universe is turning on all the lights and saying, look at all these limitations you have been operating under. Look at all these false beliefs. Look at all these fears that have been running the show. And once you see them, truly see them, they start to lose their power over you. I am also getting that for some of you, this is about recognizing patterns in relationships where you have been giving your power away. Maybe you have been in situations where you convinced yourself you needed someone, you needed their approval, you needed their validation. And the devil is showing you that actually you are complete on your own. That need you felt, that was not real need. That was conditioning. That was fear masquerading as love. And what I am seeing is that as you start to recognize these patterns, as you start to see where you have been bound, you are also starting to see the path to freedom. You are starting to understand that you have had the key all along. That realization, that is going to change everything for you. The Six of Cups comes in next, and honestly, this card made me pause because it is bringing in such a sweet, healing energy. The Six of Cups is often about nostalgia, about the past, about innocence and childhood and simpler times. But what I am seeing for you is not about going backwards or getting stuck in the past. It is about reclaiming something you lost along the way. When we are kids, before the world gets to us, before we learn to doubt ourselves, before we absorb all these limiting beliefs and fears, we have this natural sense of possibility. We believe in magic. We believe that amazing things can happen. We trust that we are deserving of good things. We create and dream without that harsh inner critic telling us all the reasons why it will not work. And what the Six of Cups is showing me is that you are reconnecting with that part of yourself. You are healing that inner child who maybe learned to stop dreaming so big, who learned to be practical and realistic and sensible instead of wildly optimistic and full of faith. You are giving yourself permission to want what you want without justifying it, without making it smaller, without apologizing for your desires. I am also seeing that for some of you, there might be actual reconnections happening or about to happen. Maybe someone from your past is going to reach out, or you are going to reconnect with old friends, or you are going to revisit a dream or passion that you put aside years ago. And these reconnections are not random. They are part of this larger healing and recalibration process that is happening for you. But there is something even deeper here. The Six of Cups is also about forgiveness and making peace with your past. Not in a toxic positivity way where you pretend everything was fine when it was not, but in a genuine way where you release the resentment, the bitterness, the what-ifs and if-onlys. You are making peace with the younger version of you who did the best they could with what they knew at the time. You are forgiving yourself for the choices you made when you did not know better, when you were operating from fear or scarcity or lack of self-worth. And this forgiveness, this peace with your past, it is like it is clearing the energetic pathways for your future. Because you cannot fully receive new blessings while you are still clutching old pain. You cannot step into the miracle that is coming while you are still dragging the weight of past disappointments and regrets. The Six of Cups is helping you lay all that down gently, with love, so you can move forward with both hands free to receive what is coming. Now we get to the Nine of Swords, and I am not going to pretend this is an easy card. This is the anxiety card, the sleepless nights card, the mind going in circles card. But here is what I want you to understand about why this card is showing up in your reading right now. It is not predicting that you are going to be anxious or worried. It is actually acknowledging what you have been going through. You have been in this period where your mind has been running worst-case scenarios, where you wake up at 3 in the morning and suddenly you are catastrophizing about everything, where you have been worried that maybe you made the wrong choice, maybe you waited too long, maybe the opportunity has passed, maybe you are not good enough, smart enough, worthy enough. Those thoughts have been there, right? And what I am seeing is that the Nine of Swords is not here to validate those fears. It is here to show you that those thoughts, as real as they feel, they are not truth. They are fear speaking. They are that part of you that is terrified of disappointment, terrified of hoping too much, terrified of being let down again. And that part of you creates all these scary stories to try to protect you from potential pain. But here is what I am getting really clearly. Those worries, those fears, those anxious thoughts that have been keeping you up at night, they are actually about to be proven completely wrong. Not because you are going to fight them or overcome them through sheer willpower, but because reality is about to show you that what you have been so worried about is not going to happen. The thing you have been dreading, it is not your future. It was just fear trying to keep you small and safe. I am also seeing that the Nine of Swords is marking the end of a cycle of anxiety and worry for you. Like this has been building, this has been intense, but you are at the tail end of it now. You are about to break through to the other side where you have more clarity, more peace, more trust. And part of what is going to help you break through is everything else that is showing up in this reading. You know what else I am seeing with the Nine of Swords? It is showing me that you have been worried about being disappointed again. Like, you have hoped before, you have believed before, you have put yourself out there before, and it did not work out the way you wanted. And that created this fear of hoping again, this fear of wanting something too much, because what if it does not happen? What if you are setting yourself up for another heartbreak, another letdown, another failure? But Sagittarius, what if this time is different? What if all those other times were actually just preparation, just lessons, just clearing out what was not meant for you so that what is meant for you has space to come in? What if your worry is actually just the last gasp of the old story before the new story begins? The Three of Pentacles shows up, and this is such a grounded, practical, teamwork-oriented card. After all that internal processing and healing we have been talking about, now we are starting to see how this is going to manifest in the real world in tangible ways. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, about your skills being recognized, about building something real and lasting. What I am seeing here is that you are going to be connecting with people who value what you bring to the table. And this is important because I am getting that maybe you have been in situations where you felt undervalued, where you felt like people did not really see you or appreciate your contributions. Maybe you have been the one doing all the work while others took credit, or maybe you have been in environments where your talents were not utilized properly. But that is shifting. The Three of Pentacles is showing me that you are moving into a phase where your skills, your knowledge, your unique gifts are going to be recognized and valued appropriately. This could show up as a new job opportunity, a promotion, a project where you get to collaborate with people who are actually on your level and who respect what you bring. It could be starting a business or creative venture where you are partnering with people who share your vision and work ethic. What I really love about this card is that it is not about doing everything alone. It is about being part of something bigger, about combining your strengths with other people's strengths to create something none of you could create alone. And for you, Sagittarius, with all that fire sign independence, this is actually really significant. It is like the universe is showing you that accepting help, accepting collaboration, accepting support does not make you weak or dependent. It actually amplifies what you are capable of creating. I am also getting that this card is about mastery and skill development. You have been learning, you have been growing, you have been developing your abilities, maybe without even realizing how much you have grown. And now you are at a point where that expertise is ready to be shared, to be applied, to be utilized in ways that benefit not just you but other people too. For some of you, I am seeing this play out in creative fields. Maybe you are an artist, a writer, a designer, a musician, and you have been working on your craft kind of in isolation. And the Three of Pentacles is saying it is time to share that work, to collaborate, to get your creations out into the world. There are people waiting for what you have to offer. There are opportunities waiting for you to step into them. The Seven of Wands comes next. And okay, this card is a fighter card, a defender card. It shows someone standing their ground against opposition. And initially you might think, oh no, does this mean I am going to face challenges or obstacles? But let me tell you how I am reading this in the context of your overall spread, because it is actually really empowering. The Seven of Wands is showing me that you are developing or have developed this inner strength and conviction that is unshakable. You are learning to stand firm in your truth, in your vision, in your worthiness, even when other people do not understand it, even when other people question it, even when other people try to discourage you. I am getting that you might have people in your life who are going to be confused by your transformation. People who are used to the old version of you, the version that played small, the version that doubted yourself, the version that accepted less than you deserved. And when you start showing up differently, when you start setting boundaries, when you start going after what you actually want, some people are not going to like it. Some people are going to push back. But the Seven of Wands is saying you are ready for that. You are not going to cave to pressure anymore. You are not going to shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. You are not going to abandon your dreams because someone else thinks they are unrealistic. You have done the internal work, you have healed the wounds, you have released the limitations, and now you have this core of inner strength that cannot be shaken by external opinions. What I am also seeing is that this card is about defending your right to the miracle that is coming. Because here is the thing, Sagittarius, when really good things start happening for you, when your life starts transforming in positive ways, there will always be someone ready to rain on your parade. There will always be someone ready to tell you it is too good to be true, or you do not deserve it, or it will not last. And the Seven of Wands is showing me that you are not going to let those voices, whether they are external voices or internal voices, steal your joy or your faith. You are learning to protect your dreams, to protect your vision, to protect your belief in yourself and in what is possible for you. And that is such a crucial skill because maintaining belief in the face of doubt, maintaining hope in the face of skepticism, that is what allows miracles to actually manifest in your life. I am also getting that for some of you, the Seven of Wands is about defending your time and energy. You are getting much better at saying no to things that drain you, much better at setting boundaries with people who take more than they give, much better at prioritizing what actually matters to you over what other people think you should be doing. The King of Wands appears, and wow, this is such a powerful, dynamic leadership energy card. The King of Wands is the master of the fire element, someone who has learned to channel their passion and enthusiasm and creative energy in ways that actually create lasting results. This is not the impulsive, scattered fire energy. This is focused, directed, mature fire energy. What I am seeing with this card is that you are stepping into a version of yourself that is confident, that knows what they want, that takes decisive action, that leads rather than follows. You are embodying this King of Wands energy, and it is such a natural fit for you as a Sagittarius because fire is your element. But this is a more refined, more powerful expression of that fire than maybe you have experienced before. The King of Wands is someone who inspires other people, who creates a vision and then rallies people around that vision. This is someone who is not afraid to take risks, but they are calculated risks, informed risks. This is someone who trusts their instincts, who follows their passion, but who also has developed the discipline and focus to see things through to completion. I am getting that you are moving into a phase where you are going to be recognized as a leader in some area of your life. This could be in your career, where you are taking on more responsibility or starting your own thing. It could be in your community, where people start looking to you for guidance or inspiration. It could be in your personal life, where you are the one setting the tone, making the decisions, creating the life you want, rather than just accepting what comes. What I really want you to understand about this King of Wands energy is that it is magnetic. When you are operating from this energy, you attract opportunities, you attract resources, you attract people who want to support you and collaborate with you. You become someone who makes things happen, who creates momentum, who turns ideas into reality. I am also seeing that this card is about owning your power without apology. The King of Wands does not ask permission, does not seek approval, does not wait for someone else to give them the green light. They know what they are capable of, they trust their vision, and they move forward with confidence. And that is the energy you are embodying now or about to embody. For some of you, I am seeing this manifest as starting something new, something you are really passionate about. A business, a creative project, a new direction in your career. And the King of Wands is saying, you have everything you need to succeed with this. You have the vision, you have the passion, you have the skills, you have the determination. What you are developing now is the confidence and the maturity to handle the success that is coming. The Hermit card shows up, and this might seem contradictory after the King of Wands, but actually these cards work together beautifully. The Hermit is about inner wisdom, about taking time for reflection and contemplation, about trusting your inner guidance rather than looking outside yourself for answers. What I am seeing is that even as you are stepping into this more visible, more active King of Wands energy, you are maintaining a strong connection to your inner world, to your intuition, to your spiritual center. You are not getting caught up in the external validation or the hustle culture or the need to constantly prove yourself. You have this inner sanctuary that you can always return to, this place of wisdom and clarity that guides your actions. The Hermit is also showing me that you are becoming someone who knows the value of solitude, of quiet time, of stepping back from the noise to reconnect with yourself. And this is so important, Sagittarius, because as your life expands, as opportunities increase, as more demands are placed on your time and energy, you need to have this practice of coming back to yourself, of checking in with your own truth. I am getting that your intuition is becoming stronger and clearer. You are learning to trust those inner nudges, those gut feelings, those moments where you just know something without being able to logically explain why you know it. And the more you trust that inner guidance, the more aligned your actions become, the more you find yourself in the right place at the right time. For some of you, I am seeing that the Hermit is connected to a spiritual awakening or deepening. Maybe you are exploring practices like meditation, journaling, tarot, astrology, energy work. Maybe you are questioning beliefs you were raised with and discovering your own spiritual truth. Maybe you are having experiences that cannot be explained by logic alone, experiences that are opening you up to a bigger, more mysterious, more magical understanding of reality. What I want you to understand is that this inner work, this spiritual development, it is not separate from the success and miracles that are coming in your outer life. It is actually what is making space for those miracles. Because when you are connected to your inner wisdom, when you are aligned with your truth, when you are trusting your path, you become a magnet for synchronicities and opportunities and blessings that seem to come out of nowhere, but are actually the result of your energetic alignment. The Hermit is also showing me that you are becoming comfortable with being different, with not following the crowd, with walking your own path even if it looks weird or unconventional to other people. And that willingness to be true to yourself, even when it means standing alone sometimes, that is what is going to lead you to your unique destiny, to the life that is meant specifically for you. The World card shows up, and honestly, when I saw this card, I got actual goosebumps, because the World is the completion card, the success card, the everything coming together card. This is the last card of the major arcana, the culmination of the Fool's journey, the moment when all the lessons have been learned, all the challenges have been overcome, and you arrive at this place of fulfillment and achievement. The World is telling me that you are completing a major cycle in your life. Something that has been in progress for a long time, maybe years, is finally coming to fruition. And this is not just any accomplishment. This is the kind of success where you look at your life and think, wow, I actually did it. I actually created this. I actually made it to the other side. What I am seeing is that all the pieces are coming together for you in ways that might seem miraculous, that might seem almost too perfect to be real. But it is real, Sagittarius. You are entering a phase where things that seemed impossible are actually manifesting, where dreams you thought were too big are actually becoming your reality, where opportunities you thought were out of reach are suddenly opening up for you. The World is also about recognition and celebration. Your efforts are being acknowledged. Your worth is being seen. Your contributions are being valued. This could show up as external recognition, like awards, promotions, public acknowledgement. But it is also about internal recognition, about you finally seeing yourself clearly, about you finally acknowledging how far you have come, how much you have grown, how much you have overcome. I am getting that for some of you, this is about travel or expansion in some form. The World is showing me new horizons opening up for you, whether that is literal travel to new places, or expansion in your career, or expansion in your relationships, or expansion in your sense of what is possible for your life. You are breaking out of old limitations and stepping into a much bigger, much more expansive version of reality. What really moves me about the world showing up in your reading is that it is confirmation that all the hard work you have been doing, all the healing, all the growth, all the times you wanted to give up but kept going, it was not for nothing. You were building toward this moment. You were preparing for this expansion. You were clearing space for this level of fulfillment and success. The world is also telling me that you are ready for this. You have done the work to become the person who can handle this level of blessing. You have developed the strength, the wisdom, the maturity, the consciousness to receive what is coming without self-sabotaging, without shrinking back, without convincing yourself you do not deserve it. The Ace of Wands comes in, and oh my goodness, talk about perfect timing. The Ace of Wands is pure creative potential, pure passionate energy, pure inspiration, and new beginnings. This is the spark of a new idea, a new project, a new direction, a new passion. And it is showing up right after the World, which tells me that even as you are completing one major cycle, you are simultaneously beginning another one. But this new beginning is different from past new beginnings because you are different. You are starting from a place of much greater self-knowledge, much greater confidence, much greater alignment with who you truly are. This Ace of Wands is not about starting over. It is about starting fresh with everything you have learned, with all the wisdom you have gained, with all the strength you have developed. I am seeing that a new opportunity or idea is coming to you very soon, and it is going to feel exciting. It is going to feel aligned. It is going to feel like, yes, this is what I have been waiting for. And unlike other times when you might have doubted yourself or hesitated or talked yourself out of it, this time you are going to trust that spark. You are going to act on that inspiration. You are going to say yes to this new beginning. The Ace of Wands is pure creative fire. And for you, Sagittarius, this is your natural element amplified. This is your enthusiasm, your optimism, your faith in possibility, all coming together in this focused, potent way. And when you combine this Ace of Wands energy with everything else that is showing up in your reading, with the completion of the World, with the wisdom of the Hermit, with the leadership of the King of Wands, you have this incredible recipe for manifestation and success. What I am also getting is that this new beginning is connected to your purpose, to what you are truly meant to be doing in this lifetime. It is not just another random opportunity or distraction. This is aligned with your soul's path. This is part of your bigger destiny. And on some level, you are going to recognize it when it appears, because it is going to resonate with something deep inside you that has been waiting for this. I am seeing that this could be related to creative expression, to sharing your gifts with the world in a bigger way. It could be starting a business or project that you are passionate about. It could be a new relationship or connection that ignites your enthusiasm for life. It could be discovering a new passion or interest that becomes a major focus. Whatever form it takes, it is going to feel like coming alive, like remembering who you really are, like finally being on the right path. So let me bring all of this together for you, Sagittarius, because when I look at this spread as a whole, when I see how all these cards are connecting and building on each other, the story is so clear and so powerful. You have been through a period of rest and recovery and inner work. You have been identifying and releasing limitations and false beliefs. You have been healing old wounds and making peace with your past. You have been worried and anxious about whether it would all work out. But now you are breaking through to the other side. You are stepping into your power. You are being recognized and valued for your contributions. You are developing unshakable inner strength and conviction. You are becoming the leader you were meant to be while staying connected to your inner wisdom. You are completing a major life cycle and immediately beginning an exciting new one. And through all of this, you are experiencing what the title of this reading promised. You are seeing what seemed impossible become real. You are receiving heavenly justice. You are being granted everything you have been working toward. This is your time, Sagittarius. This is your moment. And the miracle is not that something external is happening to you. The miracle is that you have become the person who is ready to receive it, who is worthy of it, who can handle it. You have transformed yourself from the inside out, and now your external reality is catching up to match your internal transformation. So when I say heavenly justice is granting you everything, what I mean is that there is a divine timing, a cosmic fairness to what is unfolding for you now. You have paid your dues. You have done the work. You have faced the challenges. You have grown through the difficulties. And now it is your turn to receive the blessings, the abundance, the success, the love, the opportunities that you have been preparing for. Trust what is coming, Sagittarius. Trust that you are ready for it. Trust that you deserve it. And most importantly, trust yourself to handle it all with grace and wisdom and that beautiful fire sign enthusiasm that makes you who you are.